Hello, everyone. It's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and welcome to the Wasteland Watchlist here on the SPM Crew Podcasting Network. And this is my weekly show where a guest and I play a little bit of movie roulette from my obscene movie watch list. And it could be basically anything. And joining me is my frequent collaborator and friend. It's Adam. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me on again. Always a delight.
Yes, and if you ever want to learn about what's new in physical media, Adam has your back and your wallet. Because every time I listen to one of his shows, it makes me want to spend a shit ton of money. So there we go.
Yeah, it does me too. I've been a good boy lately, though, not spending it. Yeah, you can. Yeah, anyone listening, Curbside Collections is
Yep.
available every fortnight wherever you get your podcasts.
I actually had to buy a new copy of The Wedding Singer because I was
Oh,
in the
okay.
middle of watching my DVD and it
Ah, did it?
out. So I'm like,
Interesting.
I've owned that DVD for like years.
That's
So
interesting.
I did get it on Blu-ray. So
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
one upgrade that I
Worth
went
an
with.
upgrade.
Yeah. But we're not here to
Julia
talk about the
Gulia.
wedding singer, despite the fact that that would be a fun time.
Yeah, it would.
Love stinks. Yeah. Love stinks. No, we are here to talk about the 1956 film A Man Escaped. And let's give you a little bit of background. This was released November 11th, 1956. It is a 99-minute film from it's a bit of French cinema from writer director
Mhm.
Robert Bresson, based on the memoirs of Andre Bivny. It uses the music of Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, so
Mm,
utilizing
mm.
Mozart's music throughout the film. It was in competition at the 1957 Cannes Film Festival, and it won Best Director for Bresson. Used non-professional actors in some of the roles throughout the film. A National Board of Review named it amongst the top foreign films of 1956,
Mhm.
heavily influenced Krzysztof Kieslowski, who made the Color trilogy, if I'm not mistaken,
Yep.
from the early 90s. I did my best with that name. And this film actually heavily influenced Christopher Nolan's Dunkirk.
Dunkirk.
Yeah, in terms of like the
How?
character moments and how they
Ah,
handled like this is not something where like we get this deep understanding of all these different people. It's very much like
yeah,
we're stuck in
yeah,
this situation and we're gonna get the hell out of it. Which
yeah,
I
yeah.
think it is an interesting thought that this did influence that film in particular because this is a prison break film and that's a war film. But
Well, yeah.
I
The instant
yeah,
thought is Shawshank. That's what it's influenced, right? Um,
interesting. Which yeah, I
yeah.
feel like watching prison break films at this point, it's like after watching this movie, I'm like, this had to have a big influence on many of them. But one filmmaker, this is actually one of their favorite films, is Benny Safdie.
Okay,
So
okay. That's a really not a stretch, but it's a contrast because of his films, well, obviously along with his brother, are really anxiety laden hell
well,
rides, where this is
that's the
completely
interesting
opposite,
thing because these both their films and this film all work because of tension and suspense. It's just
completely different
their
ways.
their energy
Mm,
is
yeah.
like
Yep.
here.
Well said. Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
here, this is a slow,
It's
like they
mellow is. Yeah.
this is like a Looney Tunes length
This
of a
is
burning cord for the TNT to blow up at the end.
this
It's just like
is this movie is sipping margaritas by the pool, where like a Safdie brothers film is
taking bumps.
getting stabbed with hot pokers, basically, for 90 minutes.
The very I love the imagery, Adam. Where this is like yes, sipping margaritas, where good times is taking bumps by the jacuzzi.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
So But this film, give you a little bit of a synopsis. A captured French resistance fighter during World War II engineers a daunting escape from a German prison in France. But Adam, what were your general thoughts on A Man Escaped?
Eventually, I kind of low-key loved this film. Like it took a while for me to think to figure out what it was doing, what it was trying to achieve. But when I figured that out, like it achieved it perfectly. It's such a like we've been talking, it's such a mellow and evenly paced. It's well paced. It's not fast paced, but it's really well paced. Like it's
Yep.
consistent. Um, the character, Francois Leterrier, is fantastic as the lead. I think he's amazing in this. Watching his inventiveness and how much a spoon can do was really interesting because
Yep.
it really highlighted the how mother is the necessity of all invention, right? Like he was doing so many different things with this one tool at his disposal, and a lot of that MacGyvering about. Well, I guess it was very much like a. You could almost say it's like a foreign dad film. Like it's like a dads who like foreign films. It's a good film for them because it does show that inventiveness and kind of pioneering. Even though he's stuck in prison, he's pioneering an escape plan. Like it's a really fascinating watch from
Yep.
so many perspectives.
Yeah, because like I mentioned in the background, I always like to give the runtime to give people like an idea of what they're
Mm.
getting into. And this doesn't even reach that 100-minute mark. But
Yeah.
it's one of those kinds of films that it does take its time, but it
Mm.
builds up effectively. And
Yeah.
I think that's important because you do Leterrier has so much on his shoulders because this is him. Like almost the whole entire film is like he
Yeah.
is the titular man
Yep.
escaped and sitting there in his cell with him processing. And I think Leterrier gives a very naturalistic performance. Like this isn't like you're
Yeah.
not getting like this big personality kind of thing. It's interesting because I just watched Papillon
Ah,
recently,
yeah. I haven't
the
seen that in a long
original one.
time.
I actually saw the remake
Uh,
in theaters with Charlie Hunnam and Rami Malek.
ah, okay.
But like the original has Steve McQueen, Dustin Hoffman. Like a
Yep.
Dustin Hoffman type is not the kind
Hmm.
of naturalistic performance you're gonna get. You're gonna get like
Yeah.
performance.
Acting.
Here,
Yeah.
this is somebody who's very meticulous. And to your point with the Shawshank comparison, yes, he makes a lot
Mm.
out of his little
Yeah.
tool to try to get
Mm.
through things. And I was also thinking MacGyver, myself,
Yeah.
maybe even a MacGruber, in getting these things together. And I just enjoyed watching Fontaine problem solving through all these things. And
Hmm.
you get some of these human interactions where he's engaging with others in this prison and the negotiating, the like he has the new cellmate who, oh crap, well now I have a cellmate. We have to get out together. And this all had such great setup. And I think I really realized how great the setup was because how invested I was once we get to the third act of them actually escaping. And
Mm.
that is so intense, so suspenseful, and it's like perfectly like set up with them trying to avoid being captured and doing
Yeah.
all these things. And you know, film was just black and white for such a long time, but
Hmm.
and it's easy to just be like, well, it looks black and white. This looks like this crisp, gorgeous looking black and white, and they
Yeah.
leverage the and what's so important with black and white filmmaking is the shadows, the lighting, and
Yes.
how to really leverage that. And they did so much of that in that escape sequence.
It
And
suits it. Yeah. It's
yeah,
beautiful.
it's one of those things where it was so satisfying seeing all the preparation and everything coming together with like the tying of that rope and all of these things
Mm,
coming together. And if you take a step back, you probably think like, well, I've seen this in Prison Break stuff before. I'm like, but to be fair, this is from 1956. So
yeah.
how many of them before this were there? And I can imagine this probably has been such a big influence on a lot of Prison Break films or
Well,
shows.
I mean, Escape from Alcatraz was one that comes to mind for the simple
Mm,
fact that that opens up with in complete silence. This film closes pretty much in complete silence. That
yeah.
actual escape is it's a magical watch, but it's yeah, complete
Mm.
silence and that tension and as they're trying to get out. Where Alcatraz opens up in that way, goes for like 10 minutes before a word is uttered at least.
What's interesting is I'm looking at some IMDb trivia. Brusson himself was a prisoner of war during World War
Hmm.
II. So
Right.
that's interesting that he had that personal connection to the story.
Yeah.
And like Roger Ebert had this on his great movies list. I'm
Hmm.
trying to think. There's one other film from early French cinema that was also POW prison break film from the 1930s that I feel like these two films are so important to really setting the stage for Grand Illusion that really set the stage for any kind of prison break films. And I think what's an important point that you brought up, Adam, is like, yes, this climax is almost silent.
Yeah.
Like this
Yeah.
could have been like a silent film at that point. It
Hmm.
was, and but it was so tense.
Yeah.
Bresson
Yeah.
does
It's
such a
brilliant.
great job of building that suspense and everything
Hmm.
and keeping you up here where you're just like, oh my God, are they going to get out?
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you get invested and you're sitting there feeling like, oh my God, are they going to make it? They're going to make it. The film
Mm.
succeeded. It did what it was
It's
supposed to
yeah.
do.
Yeah, it's a pressure cooker of a film, like because it is so slow paced, and even when it gets to the end, it's no big climactic event, but this climax because it stays in the same tone as the entire movie.
Hmm.
It's like a slow release pressure valve,
Yep.
if anything. Like it's so well handled.
It's kind of feels like because like I'm trying to think of like big boisterous kind of prison breaks, lampoonishly when like Dr. Evil escapes prison and like Austin Powers, it's like and like the
Huh.
big spotlights and everything, and it's like this
Yeah.
big ridiculous thing. This is not that. The only way
No.
they're gonna get out is to be meticulous, take your time, and make sure that everything is perfectly executed. And I think it's an interesting parallel because Fontaine's plan turns out to be so perfectly planned out and executed with such fine detail. Bresson's direction matches that and
Yeah.
really makes this film feel like every little detail was important, building up
Hmm.
to this point and getting us to this big payoff. This
Yep.
was such an engaging, thrilling experience for something that like is not fast paced. It is not that kind of movie. But
Hmm.
if I want to like get this on Criterion
Yeah,
and
me
watch
too.
this again.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. It's really, really good. Absolutely worth owning, actually.
But I guess Adam, do you have any other thoughts that you wanted to throw out there about Man Escaped?
Well, just one last pro for it is that, and we're talking about the filmmaking and obviously the slow burn nature of it, but it does have, it gives you what's on the tin, like it tells you what's on the box and it gives you
Yeah.
that. Like it has one focus. And like you touched on at the start, there's no real character development. There's no backstory into these guys. You need to know who they are to care. It's, you care because well, I don't even know why we care, actually, even if we are supposed to. But it's just showing a guy trying to escape from prison and his patience and virtue in doing that. And that's what the film gives us. It gives us nothing more, nothing less, and it just does it so efficiently and so peacefully.
Well, and I think to that point, why we get so invested is we understand that Fontaine is prisoner of war,
Yep.
which That's the easy thing is for us to care about a character, put them in a situation that we would care about any human being. But
Yeah.
we see his resolve, his drive, and like
Hmm.
those traits are the things that we latch on to and we're like, we want to see this guy succeed. And I
Yeah.
think that's what makes us so effective in that way.
And but knowing that he's guilty as well. Like he's guilty of
Mhm.
what he did, but
Yeah.
he's on the resistance. That's why we care that he escapes.
And the
We don't need.
shortcut for any screenwriter, make
Mm.
your villains Nazis.
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But that's what I mean, that we don't need to know his character to care for him. We know he's
Yep,
of the resistance and we want to see him escape. That's all we need to know.
exactly.
And that's what the film gives us. I really adore it for doing that.
Absolutely. And that I definitely like as somebody who is very meticulous and plans and goes through all those detailed things like this is the
Mm.
kind of character I'm like I can get behind this guy and what he's trying to accomplish and he does it and that's the thrilling ride of watching this all play out the way that it does and
I thought you were going to say that you could escape from prison because you're so meticulous like he is.
I hope to never have to be in that situation but
Yeah,
I I could commit to 17 years of slowly peeling off,
digging a
uh,
hole. Yeah.
digging a hole in my wall and covering up with. I feel like it would probably be a poster of Scarlett Johansson today. Um,
Yeah,
like
well, probably would be. Yeah, yeah. No, Rita Hayworth. Yeah, it would be.
it's
Zendaya if someone made
Scarlett
one,
Johansson and the whatever New Jersey penitentiary they put me in.
right?
There you go. But no, this is a really impressive film. I'm glad that we got the chance to check it out and talk about it.
Yeah.
And
Mm.
you know, this isn't flashy. There isn't a ton of flair, but it
Nope.
is a
It's not The
meticulously put
Rock.
together film. And welcome to the Rock. It's just like, no, this is not a Michael Bay movie,
He gets to
not
fuck the
at all.
cheerleader.
Oh my! But Adam, thank you as always for coming on and
It's a good
chatting
place to
movies with
end
me.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah, no worries, mate. Thanks for having me.
I would actually recommend The Rock too. It is a lot of fun,
Absolutely, The
but
Rock's great.
a different kind of vibe.
We need a
Um,
4K.
but thank you all for listening. Make sure to like, comment, and share on this episode. What's your favorite Prison Break film or show? I threw in show there too because Prison Break was a whole entire thing. And
Mm.
then please make sure to follow or subscribe wherever you listen to your podcast. The SPNM Crew Podcasting Network has a lot of great shows, a lot of great content from all different kinds of areas. I've been really digging uh get my trivia in on our daily trivias that are coming in from our one trivia show. And there's plenty of movie content and also,
Mm.
if you love physical media and you want to be in the know, go check out Curbside Collections. Um, and if you like our logo, check out High Flyer Creative for all your digital marketing needs. But most importantly, thank you as always for tuning in and supporting the Wasteland Watch List here on the SPM Crew Podcasting Network.